Hello there, Miss Hatch here. Hope you're having a fabulous day so far. I'm going to make this full screen. Just got a lot of things open in the background and it's kind of confusing. So, we are talking about word problems like we've been talking about for the past several weeks. And so today I just kind of want to talk to you about this question right here. How can you tell the difference between a change and a compare problem? So I've written a little thing here, change versus compare, to talk to you today about the different types of word problems and how you can tell the difference between a change versus a compare. So in a change problem, it usually starts off with something or someone, and a certain amount is in our pile, and someone takes some away or adds some to our pile, and then we have a new amount. So I'm going to have to go out of full screen for a minute and maybe just sort of draw that for you. So for example, in a change problem, typically, finally, we have, let's say, you know what? There's some good clip art in here. My clip art's being weird. Oh, there's a video game controller, but I don't really want that. Let's see. Is this candy? Oh, let's try markers. Sure, why not? Okay. Let me get this picture of the markers. Let's go back up to where we were. And let's put the markers over here. So we've got our change problem. I'll go back to full screen now, just so we can see it more clearly. It's going to be kind of hard to... Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, so we've got some markers here. And if I was going to think about a change problem, it would say that Miss Hatch had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 markers. Okay, so Miss Hatch had 10 markers. My mom brought me some more. Now, Miss Hatch has 20 markers. How many did Miss Hatch get from her mom? So this problem again talks about I have some in my pile. I have 10 pencils in my pile. And then I added some from my mom, but I don't know how many I added. And then now that I'm done adding those markers to my pile for my mom, now I have 20. So the way that works is it's still just about me. I'm not figuring out who has more and who has less. It's just me, and I'm either adding some to my pile or taking some. And in this problem, I added some to my pile. It could be takeaway too, of course. But a change problem is where I have something is either added or taken away from my pile, and then I have some left, or I have more now. So that's what a change problem is. Then you've got your compare problems. Again, I'm going to have to go out of full screen to talk to you about a compare problem here. So maybe in a compare problem, maybe Miss Hatch has, let's see. I don't know if I have a picture of what I was thinking of. Oh, sure, why not? Kisses. I love Hershey's Kisses. Who doesn't love candy? Okay, so I'm not going to draw the right amount in there, but let's just use the Hershey's Kiss as a image in our brain to help us make a picture. All right, so Miss Hatch has 14 more Hershey's Kisses than Mr. Hobbs. Oh, I have more than Mr. Hobbs. So right now, I'm adding another person, and I'm saying Mr. Hobbs has some too. So whereas change, no, there wasn't anybody but me in the problem, and my mom gave me some more. In this problem, Mr. Hobbs has some, and I have some. Okay, so Miss Hatch has 14 more Hershey's Kisses than Mr. Hobbs, and Mr. Hobbs has 20 Hershey Kisses. How many do I have? How many does Miss Hatch have? Well, now I'm trying to figure out who has more, Mr. Hobbs or Miss Hatch. Well, I already heard in the problem Miss Hatch has 14 more. Well, Mr. Hobbs had 20. I don't know how many I actually have. I just know I have 14 more. But I don't know how many I actually have in my pile. So that's what I'm trying to solve for that problem. So a change problem usually is just this. It's only usually one person. And then maybe someone else adds to their pile or takes away from their pile. But I'm not comparing who has more and who has less. Versus the compare problem, I'm trying to figure out who has more, Mr. Hobbs or Miss Hatch. So let's look at a few word problems. And let's try to figure out whether it's change versus compare. This little box keeps getting in my way. I thought there was a way I could make it smaller, but I can't. Okay, so this problem. I'm going to read it out loud. Oh, I see that I need to use the cube strategy to help solve. And then I'm also going to try to figure out whether it's change or compare. So there were 45 students in the lunchroom. Some of them left to go back to class. Now there are 13 students in the lunchroom. How many students? Oh, typo. How many students, let's fix that, left the lunchroom? I'm going to read it again. There were 45 students in the lunchroom. Some of them left to go back to class. Now there are 13 students in the lunchroom. How many students left the lunchroom? Okay, so I have to exit full screen. Bummer about this one thing about full screen is I can't use all my tools. So maybe I should just stay out of full screen so that I can keep using my tools. All right, so I'm going to use my cube strategy, and I'm going to kind of think about this as I go through using my cube strategy. So I have the C, circle, the number. So I have 45 students, and now there are 13 students. U, underline the question. How many students left the lunchroom? So how many left to go back to class? Okay. B, box keywords. So some, I always remember some is the part I don't know. Oop, that's my question mark. Some of them left to go back to class. Left? Oh, if they left, they're not in my pile anymore. Now can mean equal sign. Yeah, I like that. I think I did good on my B, box and keywords. E, remember that can be eliminate what you don't need. But we're going to focus on that for next year in third grade. Let's focus on S, which is solve. Before I can solve, I need to figure out if I am doing a change problem or a compare problem. Because if it's a compare problem, I need to use my little circle, big circle strategy. So I'm just going to stop here and I'm going to think out loud about whether it's change or compare. So I know in a change problem, I start with something, and then something either is taken or added to my pile, and then that's how many I have left once I'm done. And I know in a compare problem, it's usually two people or two objects being compared, who has more, who has less. So if there were 45 students in the lunchroom, and some of them went back to class, and now there are only 13 students left in the lunchroom, I'm not seeing anything that's asking me to see who has more. I can't figure out whether there's more students in the lunchroom versus in the class because that's not what it's asking. It's asking how many students went back to class, not who has more, who has less. The question didn't say how many more students are in the lunchroom versus class. It's not asking how many more, how many less. It's asking just how many left. So this is a change problem. Because all that happened is I started with some students left, and now I have 13 students in the lunchroom. I'm not comparing and figuring out who has more. So now I can go on to my S, my solve. So step 1 of solving is write an equation. So it started with 45. Some of them left. So some went away. So remember that was take away from my pile. And I don't know how many went away. And now equal sign. There are 13 students left. So I'm trying to figure out how many students are in the lunchroom, which is a change unknown problem because the part I don't know is the part that changed. So now I'm ready to do step 2, which is number the equation. This is subtraction. 3, 2, 1, blast off. All right, so now I can do my step 3, which is use my step 2. Oh, step 2 has fact family triangle in it. Silly me. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Always 3, 2, 1. Always plus sign. Always minus signs. So now I can just plug it into my triangle. So 3 and 3, 45. 2 and 2, box. 1 and 1, 13. Okay, I had a lot of my friends forget to circle and listen to the triangle. What does that say, triangle? Triangle, what are you saying to do? Oh, you're saying to subtract. So all I have to do is stack it up. 45 take away 13. 5 take away 3. Is that more on the floor or more on top? More on top. No need to stop. Take away. 4 take away 1. That's more on top. 1. Oh, wait, no. Heck, what is going on with me? I just realized that didn't make sense. 4 take away 1 is 3. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to look at one more problem right now. We're going to see if it's a change or compare problem. So Harrison has 36 fewer Legos than Sam. Sam has 53 Legos. How many Legos does Harrison have? Harrison has 36 fewer Legos than Sam. Sam has 53 Legos. How many Legos does Harrison have? Okay, I'm going to use the cube strategy to help solve. So C, circle the numbers. Okay, so 36. Harrison has 36. Oh, wait, it doesn't say Harrison has 36 Legos. It says he has 36 fewer. I'm going to go ahead and box B. He has 36 less than Sam. Fewer means less. I just know that. Just from thinking about what I've heard in my life. Fewer means smaller, so that means less. So Harrison has 36 less Legos than Sam. Sam has 53. Okay, I gotta circle that number. Now underline the question. How many Legos does Harrison have? So what I don't know is Harrison. I know that Harrison has 36 less than Sam, but I don't know how many Harrison actually has. So now I'm ready to think about B, box, the keywords. I think I've already done that, fewer. So that means he has less. And then E, eliminate what we don't need. That's a third grade thing. S is solve. So I need to make my equation. Before I can do that, I need to figure out if this is a change problem or compare. So I've got Harrison and I got Sam. And this problem didn't say that Sam took any away. It didn't say Harrison took any away. It didn't say Sam added any or Harrison added any. In this problem, it says Sam has a certain amount and Harrison has a certain amount. And I've got to figure out who has more and who has less. So this is a compare problem because I'm trying to figure out the difference between Sam and Harrison. So now I'm going to use my little circle, big circle strategy. So there's my little circle. Always, to get to the big circle, I got to add to get there. So now I'm ready to label my circles. Who has more and who has less? So I'm going to go back up to my very beginning. Harrison has 36 less. Harrison has less. Take out that number right there and you can just read it. Harrison has less Legos than Sam. So Harrison is smaller. So I'm going to put H for Harrison. And Sam is bigger. S. So Sam has 53 Legos. I know how much Sam has, so I can put it right here in the circle. Harrison, oh, I remember my question. How many Legos does Harrison have? I don't know. So then my other number is 36. So my equation, which is step 1, is box plus 36 equals 53. So now I can do step 2 of solve, which is number my equation and draw my triangle. So 3, 2, 1, plus, minus. So now I'm going to number my equation. Addition is as easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, now just plug it in. Box 36, 53. Now remember, I gotta circle the two numbers I know. Listen to the triangle. What are you saying, triangle? What do I need to do? Oh, I need to minus. I need to subtract. Okay, 53, take away 36. Is there more on top or more on the floor? Oh, more on the floor. So I need to go next door, take 1 away, and get 10 more from there and make 3 plus 10, which is 13. Oh, heavens. 13. Take away 6 would be 7. 4. Take away 3 would be 1. I'm going to plug it back in my triangle, in my box, and I can make sure it makes sense. 17 plus 36 equals 53. Well, for sure I'm starting with 2 smaller numbers to equal a bigger number, so that makes more sense. All right, so I hope you continue to think, is this change or compare? And once you realize that, then you can just start to set up your equation using the strategies you've been taught.